Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for another YouTube teaching. I usually do these on Fridays, but yesterday I decided to climb, I think it's called Mount, I don't know, Monserrate here in Bogota, Colombia. I arrived on Monday and I came back home with a headache in the afternoon, so I wasn't able to do this last night, but I'm coming on today to do this teaching. So if you're tuning in for the very first time and you don't know who I am, my name is Stef. I'm a psychic business empowerment coach. I help people to manifest whatever they want in their personal lives as well as their businesses, and I do this through teaching people how to understand the energetic reality that we all exist in and what is influencing their energy in terms of their limiting beliefs, their thoughts, their feelings, their insecurities, and how to release anything that is out of alignment with their desires so that their energy shifts and then they bring themselves more into a vibrational match or vibrational alignment with their desires, and they can more easily manifest those things. So that's how I help people. Every Friday, I do a free teaching here on my YouTube channel. Unless I have some kind of interruption, then I try to do it on Saturday. But this is the free teaching that I have for all of you today. So before I get into this video, I want to mention that I just got done doing a free teaching in my Facebook group. So I have a free Facebook group. If you want to come and join me, you can go to the description of this video and there will be a link there to my group. But the teaching that I just got done doing in my group is all about following your heart's desires to achieve your impact. And I do free teachings in my group as well every Tuesday. So if you enjoyed this teaching a lot, definitely subscribe to my channel for more free teachings. But if you would like to receive even more teachings, I really encourage you to come and join me on Facebook to my, my community there, and you can have more free stuff that I can give you there that can help you with your journey. Okay. So if you're watching live, please say hello. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to drop them in the comment section, and I am happy to respond to anything that you have any doubts around, questions around, etc. Okay. I'm trying to cover up these paintings here at my Airbnb because I don't want to have like problems later. So don't look at these. Don't look at these. But here's today's topic. The topic is trusting in who you are as the pathway to success. So what I got guided to share with all of you today is that the pathway to success requires you to trust in who you are, okay? Not only on a spiritual level, but also on a human level. You've got to trust in your ability to handle adversity or challenges or unfamiliar situations that you encounter in life, or to even do things that you've never done before, okay? Most people are not born knowing how to do certain things for the first time successfully, okay? It can be intimidating sometimes or scary to do things for the first time successfully, or to do things that nobody around you has ever done before, or that maybe has never been done before in the world. It can be sometimes scary to step into those things and do those things. But when you know how strong you are, when you know how capable you are, when you really know that you have the ability to handle those things, to step into those things, to resolve those things, because you're so strong in your knowing of yourself on this human level, that you, this person, this individual personality that is you, can handle those things. When you're strong in that, then you move forward in spite of those things. You move forward in spite of the fears, the concerns, the doubts, the, insecurities, whatever it is, you move forward in spite of those things. And so that's what it means to trust yourself on a human level, that you have such a deep connection to your capacity as this human being to move forward in spite of this adversity, this challenge, or whatever it is, because you know who you are on this physical human level. You know your ability to handle these things, or to resolve these things, or find solutions. And so you move forward in spite of that. You know that you have what it takes to figure it out. You know that you have what it takes to resolve it. You know that you have what it takes to move through it. Okay. That's what it means to trust yourself on a human level. And that is part of the pathway to success, is trusting yourself on a human level. Now, the other level of trust that the guides wish to discuss with everyone today is trusting yourself on a spiritual level. This is equally as important. Okay, this means that you are deeply or more deeply connected to your spiritual truth, and that your spiritual truth, that you are loved, that you are supported, that you are abundant, that you are powerful, that you are deserving, etc., whatever your spiritual truth is, that you are deeply connected to this truth, or you're more deeply connected to this truth than ever. And so that means that when you're really deeply connected to this spiritual truth of who you are, then you move forward towards the things that you desire, or the things that, are getting you out of your comfort zone, to up level you, because you know that you will be supported, that you will be guided, that you're deserving of what you want, and that you will be successful in the end. Okay. When you are deeply connected to your spiritual truth, it's that trusting in that part of you that you can't necessarily figure out. Because when you trust in your human self, in what you, the physical human, has the capacity to do, you trust in your ability to do things, to make things, to move things, to be in this physical realm. But when you trust yourself on this spiritual level, that's when, the non-physical comes into play. That's when, certain things, certain situations are out of maybe your control, or your awareness. You don't have certain awareness around certain things, but you're so deeply connected to that spiritual truth that you know that even though you can't see that next step, or you can't see how it's working out, or you can't see when it's going to come through, or whatever it is, you're so solid in that spiritual truth that you are deeply trusting in it, and you're not freaking out, and you're not stressed out, and you have nothing to really worry about, because it's all being taken care of. It's all working out for you. It's all supporting you. It's all being moved in a way to help you move towards what you wanted, to get the things that you desire. Does that make sense? So what they said is, when you're connected to the spiritual truth, you also lean more in on your intuition, okay? On that inner knowing that you have and that you possess, which then leads you down the path of your greatest success. Because they said some of the most successful and accomplished people in the world are those who leaned on their intuition, are those who trusted in what they knew to be true, and moved bravely down the paths that led them to new discoveries, to new levels of abundance, to new expansion. So a lot of the people that have been really successful and accomplished in the world, when they had, they trusted in that inner knowing that told them, do this, or combine this, or take this away, or go over there, whatever it is, these people who leaned on their intuition, these are the people who have become most successful, most abundant, most accomplished people, because they trusted in that inner knowing that can't be physically explained necessarily. It's just this spiritual truth that they're connected to. So when they said, when you trust in your physical human capabilities, when you trust in your human self, and when you trust in your spiritual truth, or that spiritual version of you, when you trust in that, that is the greatest recipe for success. You cannot have the greatest success that you have the potential to have in life when you're missing one end of these equations. Like, you have to trust in that human version of you and trust in that spiritual version of you to have the greatest success. If you only trust in the human version of yourself, if you only trust in that personality that you are, that I can do this, I can create this, I can shift this, I can remove this, when you only trust in that aspect of yourself, you're going to be very limited, because there's only so much that you can do as a physical human being. There's only so much that you have control of as a physical human being. And so you're going to be limited, because there are going to be things in the non-physical, there are going to be things that are out of your control, out of your reach, out of your awareness, that you're going to have to lean into in order for it to work out for you in the greatest possible way. But if you are only focused on what you can do and what you can create, and you don't have this other, you don't trust in the spiritual version of yourself, then you're going to be stressed out and very limited, because you're going to be like, I can't control that, and I can't do that, and so on and so forth. So like an example that's coming to my mind right now to give you all is that my partner worked in sales, and my partner had to sell a certain product and stuff. And so my partner, as a human, trusting in his capabilities to be a successful salesperson, and knowing how to speak to clients and build trust, and so on and so forth. My partner had deep trust in his human self to be able to do this successfully. But when it comes to the clients, that the potential clients that he spoke to and everything, he had no control over their decision to buy his product or not. He had no control of when these people were going to buy his product or not, or how much they were going to buy of his product. And so that was out of his control. That was the non-physical kind of stuff that they're talking about here. And so he was very strong in his human self, but as far as like his spiritual self, he wasn't deep in trust with that, because he felt like all of these things were out of his control. And because they were out of his control, they were just kind of, up in the air. Maybe, I don't know if it's going to work out. Maybe it's not. Certain things are out of my control, out of my situation, processes, and so on and so forth. Like, he would come to me with all of these excuses about, selling these products to these people and getting them into the inventory, and it takes so long and all of this stuff. And a person who, really trusted in their spiritual side and their spiritual truth and their spiritual version of themselves would know, like, none of that stuff matters. Even though these people's decisions to buy my product or not are out of my control, in a sense, when I'm connected to my spiritual truth, I know they're going to buy from me. I know whoever's aligned is going to buy from me. I know they're going to buy, a good amount from me. I know that they're going to do their part to, make it so that I can get my products to them much more quickly, and so on and so forth. Like, when you're connected to that spiritual truth, you have no doubt of your success. Does that make sense? So you have to be strong in the human version of you, in trusting that version of you, but you have to be strong in trusting that spiritual version of yourself as well, because this is the greatest recipe for success. Like I said, if you only trust in the human version and you don't trust in that spiritual version of you, then you're going to be limited. You're going to be stressed out, and you're not going to have the greatest success. And the same goes if you only are strong in your spiritual version of you, in your spiritual self, in your spiritual truth, but you're not strong in the human version of you. So by that, I mean, you deeply believe certain beliefs that you have, and you're like, yes, creator, I am supported and loved, and I'm infinitely abundant, and so on and so forth. But then when it comes to your human self, taking certain actions in this physical world to be able to experience more of that abundance, that success, and so on, and you're needing to take these action steps, and you're not strong in that because you don't believe you can do them successfully. You don't believe that you have what it takes. You don't believe that, anything that you have to say or do is of value, and so on and so forth. When you're not strong in that human version of yourself, then it doesn't matter how strong you are in your spiritual truth. You are here as a physical human being. You have to, be in this reality as a physical human being. And so you can't have one without the other. Both of these components are absolutely important for your greatest success. Does that make sense? Hey, Sandy, how are you? Trusting my own soul's magic. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. So this is what they mean. Like, these things are important, okay, for you to have your greatest success. What else did they say here? So yes, they said you're both human and spiritual beings. You must learn to stand in your power in both instances, okay? This is what, I guess, true alignment with who you are is. You must learn to be strong in knowing who you are as a physical human being and what you're capable of, but also being really strong in your spiritual self and your spiritual truth in order to achieve the greatest level of success. So take some time to evaluate yourself, okay? Where are you fully confident in your ability to overcome challenges or setbacks or to figure things out? Where are you fully confident in your ability to do these things, okay? Overcome challenges or setbacks or to be able to figure things out. So where are you comfortable or fully confident in this? And then where are you still doubting your ability to overcome challenges or setbacks or to be able to figure things out? Where are you doubting, okay? And then the next thing is, what spiritual truths do you feel that you fully own and trust in, that you're solid in? And then what spiritual truths do you feel that you don't fully own yet, that you don't trust in yet, that you're not solid in yet? Take some time to evaluate on these questions. Go back and watch this last part to write down those things, because these are journal prompts that you can do to really have greater self-awareness around where maybe you're strong in the sense of you're trusting in your human self, where you're strong there, and where you're weak there, and where you're strong in terms of your spiritual version of yourself and trusting your spiritual version of yourself, and where you're not strong in that, okay? And that way, by having that level of awareness, you can then start bringing those things into alignment. You can then start strengthening those things more so that you can prepare yourself to become the version of yourself that you need to be to have the greatest level of success. Okay? So I really hope that this has helped you a lot. If you have enjoyed this teaching, if it has helped you in some kind of way, if you've enjoyed these prompts, please give this video a like, a thumbs up wherever you're watching from. Share this video with people that you feel called or inspired to share this with. I would really love to hear from you in the comments below. If you have anything to share with me, I'm always looking forward to any questions, comments, insights, experiences, or how this resonated with you this evening. Like I said, if you want to follow me on social media, you can go to the description of this video. It has my social media links to my Facebook group, to my Facebook business page, to my Instagram, where I share my stories of my travels and things that I'm doing. And what else? Yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you. Remember that I do these videos hopefully every Friday on YouTube. I try to be as consistent as I can in spite of all the traveling and moving and activities and so on. And thank you so much for your time this evening. I really appreciate you. I will be coming on to do the November energy reading. So if you're watching this afterwards, definitely check out my channel to see that November energy reading. I do these monthly energy readings towards the end of every month or beginning of every month here on my YouTube channel, but I also do weekly energy readings on my Facebook business page. So I do those every Monday, and to follow me on my Facebook business page, just go to the link in the description of this video. So thank you so much for everything, for your time, for being part of my community, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye. Oh, snap. Hold on a second.